I am hyper-focused on getting water out here on Faewood Acres so I can plant the beginnings of my orchard. To make that happen, I'm collecting rainwater on my new metal building, and today we're installing the gutters. I have never done gutters before, so this is a first for me, but I'm lucky that on both sides of the building it's a straight line and I don't have to worry about turns or valleys or anything getting in the way. Let me introduce you to the things I had to buy. The gutters are the main character of this show. I bought them in brown to match the rest of the building, and I purchased them in 10-foot lengths. The overhangs are each 25 feet long, so I bought 5 of these 10-foot gutters. These are the gutter hangers. There's a few different options, and to be honest, I was unsure of which one to get for a metal building, but I went with this one. And if this doesn't work out, I can always get a hanger strap that goes around the gutter and attaches it to the top of the roof. It's a metal building, so I couldn't use the nails that came with the hangers. I purchased these Tex self-tapping metal-to-metal screws to do the job. Joiners to bring 2 pieces of gutter together. End caps to make sure the water doesn't escape the sides. Downspouts to give the water a place to go that leads to my future water tanks. And sealant, so the gutters don't leak water all over the place. By the way, have you ever tried to transport 10-foot gutters in an SUV traveling down the highway for over an hour? Well, now I have, and I don't recommend it. I need a truck. Here are the tools that I've brought with me for the install. A ladder for reaching the roof. A tape measure to put things exactly where they belong. A cordless drill to drive the screws in. Electric shears for cutting the gutters and the roof. I'm too lazy for hand snip. An oscillating multi-tool, just in case those electric shears don't work out as I'd hope. Plenty of extra batteries because I'm paranoid I'll run out of juice. Pencils and markers to mark the lines for my hangers. A well-used level to make sure the gutters are pointed downhill. All the drill bits and driver bits I could possibly need, although I'll probably just use this one driver bit. And a pair of gloves, because we're working with metal and I like all 10 fingers just the way they are. We start by marking the lines where the gutter starts and ends. It needs to slope at least a 1/4 inch for every 10 feet to make sure the water runs the right direction. Next, we mark the locations of the hangers. I mark the screw holes at the same time too. I find it easier to put the screws in without the hangers, which usually get in the way. After making the holes with the self-tapping screws, I back them out again, put the bracket on, and screw them all in place. Give it the old, that ain't going nowhere, to make sure it's secure. I do most of my handiwork myself because it's hard to ask for help, but this time a friend offered and I happily accepted his assistance. You'll be glad to have a friend around when you try to hang the full lengths of gutter. These hangers require you to rotate the gutters in place, with the back end coming up under the lip of the hanger. Then you put this second piece in place so the gutters keep their shape and stay put. It wasn't always a perfect fit, and I sometimes had to bend the pieces a little to get them to stay. 2 gutters butt up against each other, and this joint piece is put around both pieces. Then you fold down the back part of it to secure it in place. Now that the big pieces are done, I have this downspout and gutter combination that goes on the end. I need to cut a length of gutter to connect this to the rest of the installed gutters. I'll hang the pieces and join them together just as I did the large gutters. Now I need to put the end caps on. These are just wedged on with sealant, so I'm not super confident that they'll stay on forever. The gutter seams came with sealant, but I bought an extra tube too, just in case I ran out. Since I have the sealant out, I'll go ahead and apply this sealer to all the seams. It takes a long time for it to dry, so I won't get a chance to test out my gutters on this visit. I've learned a couple of hard lessons with this install. First off, the hangers that I bought came with nails. I knew that wasn't going to work, so I bought the metal screws. But the problem is the head on these screws is too large. They didn't really expect that when they were making these hangers. So when you put these in through the hanger, it stands out too far, and it causes the gutter to stick out too far. It makes clipping the bottom too hard. So I really struggled with a lot of that and had to bend them in various ways to get it to work. Second, I forgot my snap line. It would have been nice to have had a chalk line going from one end of the roof to the other. I made do with my tape measure and my level, but it sure would have been nice to have one single line going all the way across. Third, the roof panels extend several inches past the end of the roof. This makes it more difficult, but not impossible, to install the gutters.
We figured out ways to make it work by installing the clips before putting the gutters up. The bigger problem with the longer panel is the water just flies right off past the gutters. In the end, I decided to use power shears to cut the metal panels almost flush with the square metal tubing.
I'm so glad we got those gutters installed, and I'm anxious to get the tanks in next. Follow the channel and watch the last steps of my rainwater collection journey as I put in the tanks and put all the pieces together to collect some rainwater. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time on Faewood Acres.